Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the DiLisio Factor. It's been a little while since we've been able to do one of these, and this is the first DiLisio Factor coming from the Dice Tower Midwest Annex. And so, look, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, there may be some rough edges here. I'm hoping for the best. I've done a little bit of, quite a bit of preparation. I won't know. Until we actually get things happening, I will not know if this is all going to crash and burn or if it's going to be a seamless experience. So, taking a look at the live chat here, and we'll see if people can see me and hear me. That's the first thing I need to check. Can people see and hear me? I see a lot of familiar faces in the chat. That's exciting. I see Loopy and Nick, James, Tommy. So far, so good, Mr. D. Thank you, Nick. So far, so good. All right. Well, if I need to make any adjustments, I will try to do that. Is that a shelf full of Merchant's Cove? I refuse to answer that question on the grounds that it might, what's the word? Incriminate me. Incriminate me. Yes, it's a full shelf of Merchant's Cove. Scott asks, where is the Dice Tower Midwest Annex? We are just north of Indianapolis, Indiana. We're in a suburb of Indianapolis here. All right. Audio and video are good. That is fantastic. Well, that's the first part. The second part's going to be when I go to the table, if I can get my overhead camera, i.e. my iPhone, to cooperate, then we're going to be in good shape. So we'll see. And again, just as a heads up, the video quality on the phone will probably not be the same quality as you're getting right now, but I did a couple of recordings first, and it looked like it was acceptable. You can make out what's happening on the board. All right. So today I'm going to be playing a game called Get On Board. And this is the Paris and Roma edition of the game. So a little bit of history behind this. There was an earlier edition, I think it was New York and London, of Get On Board. That is Yellow put out. And it was based off of Let's Make a Bus Route. This was the original game by Sashi and Sashi, a Japanese publisher. And the original version of the game was actually a flip and write game. It had dry erase. It does. It has it right there. And Yellow took that game and basically ported it over, but instead of a dry erase, they used little wooden kind of pieces on a board. And this does the same thing. This is just a new couple of maps and a couple of different changes. So, one thing I wanted to point out is that this version, the Paris and Rome, has not been released in English yet. So the edition I have is French, but it's language independent other than the rule book, and I got the rule book on BGG. So no worries there. Also, if you want to try this out, but don't want to have to import it or don't want to wait until it comes out in English, which shouldn't be too long, I would think. Apparently, there's a version of it on Board Game Arena. So I can't speak for that because I'm a Luddite. I don't tend to love digital implementation of gaming, although I understand the appeal and the importance of it. All right, folks. I've been putting it off long enough. Let's go to the table and see if this is going to work. Oh, looks good. Looks good. I'm going to take that off. So here we have Get On Board, Paris and Rome. Let me make a couple of little adjustments here. All right. So this is the game board. It's a double-sided board. This is the Rome map. And it shows here for 1 to 3 players. Okay, 1 to 3 players. If you were playing with 4 or 5, you'd flip it over to the other side, and you'd be playing on the Paris side. Apparently, you can play on this side solo, but it is a harder experience, and I need all the help I can get. So we're going to go right on back to beautiful Roma. All right. So this is the game board. This is my sheet of paper here. You know what? My little guy is kind of in the way there, but it'll be okay. I'll move it up, actually, because I'm going to move this out of the way. I'll move this up in just a moment. This is the box. Let's just do that right now. All right. So I've got some components I'm going to need here for setup. I chose a dark color because I thought that it might pop better on the screen. So we'll see how that works out. James asks, is the DiLisio Factor going to be a regular Friday stream now? I believe it's going to be a regular Friday stream, but I don't know yet if it's weekly, bi-weekly. I got to get with Tom on that and kind of see what his plans are. All right. So, but I know it's going to be a regular feature. I just don't know exactly the timing of it. All right. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to get a couple of common objective cards, and there are 6 of these. They're double-sided. All right. In a 2 to 4 player game, you would only have 2 of these out and everyone would be competing for them. In a solo game, and that denotes it right here, you're going to put 3 of them out there. So I'm going to put these under the table so I cannot see what they are. Although, to be honest with you, I don't think it really matters all that much. And I'm going to deal 3 of them out here, okay? So I want to pick up 5 grannies. I want to pick up 5 tourists. And I want to pick up 5 flirts, as they call them. The ones that weren't picked were a couple of the touristy kind of sightseeing areas and the students. All right. So those are going to be the 3 cards in play for this particular game. I'll scoot this right up here so that it won't be blocked. All right. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a starting place on this map. So right here, we've got 6 cards, all right, that are going to denote the 6 starting locations here on this board. So I'm going to shuffle these up. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. I'm going to draw 2 of them. Oh, this is not. No, I'm going to draw 1 of these. Sorry. This is my starting objective, okay? And so what this means is that if I can reach these 3 destination points, the letter L, which is right here, if I can reach this intersection, if I can reach J, and if I can reach D by the end of 12 rounds, which is how long, how long the game's going to last, then I'm going to get 10 points. If I reach 1 of them, I get 2, 2 of them 5, and all 3 of them 10. I'm going to pop that right there. All right. Let me take a look at the chat. I haven't taken a look for a while. Gotta get those grannies. That's true. That is true. All right, Loopy. Enough from you. All right. Hello, everybody. Okay. To get my Gatorade Zero. That's my beverage of choice for this stream. Gatorade Zero. That's refreshing. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the top 6 cards from this deck because I kind of prearranged it so that I'd have the top 6. I'd have 1 through 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are tickets, all right? And those are the numbers 1 through 6. I'm going to shuffle these up. I'm going to choose 2 of them. Boop, boop, 3 and 5. All right, so now what this tells me is that I can choose my starting location to either be 3 or 5. So 3 is right here. 5 is right here. I think I'll go ahead and start on 5. All right. The other thing I'm going to do, since I chose that, is only for this first round. This is kind of a reddish, brownish type of a color here. I'm going to mark that spot right here on my sheet. They have one that's yellow and one that is this kind of rust color, okay? And what that means are, I think they call them speedy connections. Basically, every time that I lay down one of my routes over one of these kind of burgundy, I keep calling them different colors, burgundy, rust, brown, whatever you want to call them. My color sense is apparently not terribly astute. Every time I cover up one of those, I'm going to mark off a little spot down here. At the end of the game, I'm going to get some points depending upon how many of those I can put out. All right, so now what I do to complete setup is shuffle all of these cards. And again, there are 12 of them. All right. And all of them are represented along the top of this sheet here. So tickets 1, 7, 2, 8, 3, 9, 4, 10, 5, 11, and 6, 12. They all represent, or they all correspond to particular shapes, or basically patterns. Let's call them patterns. So like when I draw the 6 and the 12, which is going to happen, I'll draw each of these once. That will mean 3 in a line, in a straight line, okay? This will be 1 in a straight line. This is 2, either 2 in a straight line or 1 in a curve. You'll kind of see how that goes, okay? I shuffle this up. The only thing that really changes in the solo game is that you have these 2 cards here, and one of them gets put in, the first one gets put in after card 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 goes the first one. And then the second one is after card 11, 10, 11. So the penultimate round. And then when those cards come up, if I have not achieved, when that first card comes up, if I have not achieved this achievement, which is to pick up, now I'm worried about what Loopy's going to say. Well, I can't say pick up grannies. Apparently, that sounds odd. If I don't stop my vehicle, my butt, that's no better. If I don't pick up 5 grannies, Loopy, if I don't pick up 5 grannies, by the time the 9th round comes up, then I have to flip this over and I can still get it, but I'll have fewer points. I'll have 6 points instead of 10. If by the time the second card comes up, I have not picked up 5 tourists, it would go from 10 to 6. And this last one is just through the end of the game, 10 or 6. All right. Let's see here. Making sure everything looks good. Everything looks good. We got people saying hi to each other. It's because we've got the best live chat in the game. Am I right? We've got the best live chat in the game. All right. So, briefly speaking, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip over these cards one by one. Every round will be a single flip of a card. That's going to tell me which of these patterns I'm going to be using that turn. All right. I will choose how I want to place them out. And then once I place my route, my track, so to speak, or I think it's a route, I'm going to kind of do a little bit of evaluating of each of these spots, okay? So there are a number of different spots here on the board. You've got metro stations, which are all of these M's. Every time that I go through one of those, I'm going to circle one of these metro spots, and you'll see what those mean in a little bit. Every time that I pass through one of these granny spots, not only am I going towards that objective, but I will mark off one of these. And so at the end of the game, I will get scoring based upon how many of them. The first 3 are worth 1 point each, then the next 3 are worth 2 points each, and the last 3 would be 3 if I can get that many. I just simply total those up. Then we've got a couple of other things here. We've got students and cinemas. I find that odd. I find that an interesting choice. So basically, it's saying that the students want to go to the cinemas, which are these spots right here. So you got one there, you got one down here, got one up there. At the end of the game, you're going to cross off every time you pick up a student, and you're going to cross off every time you go to a cinema. And you're going to multiply those to get a sum. All right? These next two work kind of the same way, the tourists and the flirts, okay? The tourists obviously want to go to the tourist attractions. And so you've got a couple of them here. You've got kind of like, this is Rome, so you've got the Colosseum. All right? And I'm not sure what this other one, it probably says in the book, but this is another place that the tourists want to go. So you're picking up tourists and you're taking them to these tourist spots, and the most of them that you can get, the more of them you can get, the more points you will get. The flirts want to go to this place, which again, I don't remember what it is, but there are two types. You've got light backgrounds and dark backgrounds, and you're just going to mark those off. You'll see how those go. All right? Let's just get to it. Let's just get to it. Am I right? This isn't rocket science, folks, and you're going to find out how not rocket science it is when you see my skill or lack thereof in the game. All right, one more. Preliminary gulp of Gatorade Zero orange flavor. Here we go. Flipping over the first card. Here we go. Flipping over the first card. Here we go. We got a 9. Okay, so 9 corresponds to straight and a turn, okay? So from here, I have to go straight one and turn one. That means that right now, this direction is really not available to me because I have to make a turn. However, if I was really desperate and I really wanted to, I can mark off this spot, which are worth negative points. There are 5 of them in the game that basically can convert a double straight to a straight and a curve or vice versa. But you know what? It's too early in the game. Too early in the game for that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, oh boy, I don't hate this because there I'm getting 2 of those rapid connections. That's pretty nice. I got to remember, I'm going to try not to bump the table too much because the overhead camera is on the table. If I go here though, I'm already racking up granny points. You can't underestimate the granny points. I'm doing it. I'm going to forego those 2 rapid connections and I'm going to go here. Now, this first one does not apply because I've not picked up any of the flirts and it's the top row. Now, this particular area has 2 passengers. So I'm picking up 2 passengers. I'm picking up a student, which I will mark off there, and I'm picking up a granny, which I'll mark off right there. 1/5 of the way. 1/5 of the way. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Can you speed in the game? Diana, I don't want to say that I'm breaking major traffic laws on every turn. That would not be prudent to say. Rome's never seen a bus go this fast. They think that Keanu Reeves is on this bus. All right, there we go. First turn, 1 of 12, right? All right, here we go. Flippity flip. No, ticket number 12. That's a 3 straight. Oh my. Well, looky what we have here. This was not a bad time. Oh, first of all, I needed to mark off. My first one was a 9, right? Let's mark that off. Boop, boop. Mark off the 12. That way I can keep track of what has already been chosen. This is not a bad time for that 3 straight, right? Not a bad time. Yeah. Okay. Bada bing, which is going to be marking off a light background. So I'll just mark off. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to match. It just, the background is the only thing that matters. Then we're going to go here. And since this is, I have no flirts here and it's the first row, I can still ignore that one. Then I go here. What do you know? Grannies everywhere. Rome is just packed with grannies. That's probably true, actually, right? All right. Round 2 of 12 complete. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Ticket number 4. Ticket number 4. So this is 2 straight or a straight and a curve. Now, one thing that is important to note about this game is that you can never go back to a intersection you were at before. If you do, you immediately lose the game. So you cannot double back at all. So I can't visit any of these intersections again. So you do have to be a little bit careful. It's kind of dangerous being over here on the edge like this. So I wouldn't mind getting out of this kind of area here pretty soon. But ticket 4 lets me do a straight and a turn, or a double straight. I can go this way and just get another granny and really go heavy into the granny strategy. Although if I do that, I'm only going to be getting 2 points for this. Yeah, okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go straight. We're going to mark off one of these, so I've already got 1 point here. Then we're going to go here, pick up a tourist. So this is the first tourist I've picked up. And I did one of those rapid transportation routes. There you go. Oh, also, I should have put my name right here. Micah. There you go. Now it's official. Huh? Official. Just, do I want this here? Would you prefer having that up there? Yeah, why not? Just kind of remind people what we're playing. All I have up here are just my little sticks. So, all right. 4. All right, here we go. Here we go. The cats are at the door. The cats are trying to get in. I locked the door. They're not getting in. No, you're not getting in, Pip. All right, ticket number 1. Oh. This is 3 sticks, 3 routes, 2 turns. Okay, but this can go a number of different ways. I think what I might do is go here, here, and here. Because that allows me to what? Get another granny. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. This is a 1. I already marked it. Here we go. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go here because that's going to allow me to mark off my rapid transportation route, circle a metro, and I will explain what those mean in just a moment. I'm going to go down here. Hello, Granny. Number 3. 3/5 of the way. And then I'm going to go here. And that is this spot. So this wasn't a great move for me right here because what this does is I have visited that area. I have only 1 tourist, so that's going to give me 2 points. Now all of these get crossed off. And the next time I pick up a tourist, it goes to this line right here. Okay? So this one wasn't great, but the other 2 I feel pretty good about. Metros, what those allow you to do is they allow you, if you want to, you can cross them off to go 1 space further in any direction after you have taken your turn. So if I wanted to, I can spend that right now and go here and pick up another metro. But I don't want to do that because I think I might want to try to get that granny right there if I can. If you don't use them, they're each worth 2 points at the end of the game. All right? 2 more, and you'll qualify for the Granny Awards. Look, it's a very prestigious award. I have so many people to thank. No, all right, I haven't gotten it yet. I haven't gotten that award yet, so got to slow down. All right, here we go. Turn number 5. Turn number 5. Ticket 5, ladies and gentlemen. Ticket 5 is a single straight. Well, that gets me to Granny intersection. I will probably do that because that's really what I'm gunning for right here. And I only have a few more rounds. There we go. Granny! Yep. So you can see my route so far. I've been pretty, this is not a very circuitous route. I know where I'm going. I drives my bus where it's meant to go. I may be breaking many speed laws, but otherwise, I'm a very good driver. Definitely a good driver. All right, definitely time for Wapner. Let's go. Let's flip over the next card. That's a Rain Man reference, folks. For all the kids in the audience, just jumping over here from TikTok, that's a Rain Man reference. All right. Ticket 11, another single straight. Madness. This is madness. Okay. I think it behooves me to go over here because then I get another one of these rapid transports and another metro. All right. Almost looks like Monica's trip home. All right, here we go. This is going pretty quickly here. Ticket number 10. All right, this is a double straight or a straight and a turn. Double straight or straight and a turn. Well, it's definitely going to be a straight and a turn because if I do a double straight, I lose the game. Actually, I took a huge risk there because if that 6 had come up, I would have lost. Well, I would have had to do this, maybe. All right. So I want a straight and a turn. We'll go here. That's actually good because that gets me a dark background flirt. And then, oh, this is good. This is great, actually. Then I go here. Okay, this is where the flirts want to go. The Shea flirt. I have 2 of them. That's going to give me 6 points. I cross out these two. Next flirts go on the next line. So you can kind of see how that works, right? All right. Ho! Thank you, MU Jedi Super Chat. Best Dice Tower stream from the Midwest. I'm an excellent driver. I'm sure you are. I'm sure you're a fantastic driver. All right. That near running off the board, that calls for a Gatorade Zero. If anything calls for a Gatorade Zero, this does. I'm bereft of electrolytes, folks. Sorely bereft of electrolytes. I can feel my electrolyte meter just whoosh. I'm filled with electrolytes. All right, here we go. I need to pick up one more granny in the next 2 rounds. The closest granny to me is here. I got to get down there. Here we go. Ticket 3 is a straight and a turn. Don't love that. Don't love that. Here's what oh gosh. Now this is a little scary because if I change it to a double straight, which I could do, I'd get this granny here. But then if I got a 3 straight, I'd be out of luck. I got to do this and this. Oh, I hate that. Hate that. But I have a plan. Okay, so I'm going to do a straight and a turn because that was ticket 3, right? Yep, I already checked that off. So this is going to go here, pick up a tourist. We're going to go here, get another metro. I am going to spend that metro to put an extra line here, which is going to let me bump up that. Now I'm within 2 spaces of a couple of grannies. I've got 1 turn. All right. Just making sure that we're... Is this game good at 3 players? I can tell you I've played Let's Make a Bus Route at 3 players, and it's great. The big difference, Diana, when you play this multiplayer, other than there's 1 less of these cards, is that you get most of your points here from going on locations that other people have already gone. So let's say, for example, that I was going onto this spot, and 2 other players had already put down their colored sticks there. I would mark off 2 spots here. Because you put on as many as there are colored things. So that's the main difference there. Otherwise, and you're competing for, score, obviously. All right. Make sure everything else. Electrolyte prowess now. Look, I can't be stopped. I can't be stopped. What with my electrical savant, the fact that I'm an electrical savant, and the fact that I've got electrolytes, I'm doubling down. All right, here we go. Must get a granny on this turn. Actually, I think I had to get it on the last one. Because I believe when this is showing, I just lost 4 points. Brutal. The grannies let me down because I'm getting them on this go-round. Look at that. That's a double straight, folks. That's a double straight. We're going... I don't know if there's a point in me going this way to get that granny right now because I've got all the rest of the game now to get those. But going this way is not great. All right. I'll begrudgingly go this way. So that is this. And so these all get crossed off, unfortunately. And then I'm going to go, I'm doing a turn, right? Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going straight. Did I want to do that? I did it now. All right. I did it now. Okay. Granny. Now I got... the first one, I got 6 points. All right. I only have 2 tourists. I don't think it's likely I'm going to get that. I've got 1, 2 flirts. So I don't know. We'll see. We will see if I get those other ones. So this It's flipped over. All right, here we go. Ticket number 7, folks. Ticket number 7. This is a straight turn straight. Well, it's 3 and 2 turns. Yeah, 3 routes, 2 turns. So I can go 1, 2, 3. I can go 1, 2, 3. This gets me 2 points. Gets me a little closer to that. I can go here and then there. That would get me an extra 3 points here. This is tricky. This is tricky, folks. Which one will I do? Well, I'm kind of leaning towards going this way. Getting up there. Because right now, all I've got left is 2 straights and 3 straights. I need to keep that in mind, actually. I need to be able to do 5 in a row. 5 straights in a row. That's unfortunate. How can I do that? 1, 2. I'd have to take a thing, and then I can go that way. All right. I have to do this. So I'm going to go here. That gives me that, which gets me 2 points. Not a whole lot. Not very exciting there. This isn't going to be a very good score for me, folks. Then I go here for the metro. Oh, I could come down this way and go 5 straight. I think I might do that. Go to the metro. I didn't think about that. Then I could go here. Yeah, I don't hate that. I can go here for the dark background flirt. Oh, no, that's a check mark. Sorry. Check mark. All right. So now I'm going to be doing 5 straights in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll end up getting not enough flirts, I don't think. I have 1, 2, 3. I'll get 4. I wonder, I think I might be able to get it. All right. Here we go. Flipping over the next card. Unfortunately, that flips this over. Ticket 2 is my 2 straight. First thing we do is go here. We check off our student. Then we go here. Check off our speedy route. This corresponds to this, which gets me 2 points. All right, I didn't do well there. I am, however, going to... Yeah, I am going to check off this metro to go here. Check off another tourist. That gives me 3. Does that make sense? 1, 2, 3. I don't think I'll be able to get that tourist. But if I go 3, then I can go 1, boom. Oh yeah, I can. Okay, I think I can. We're gonna see. All right. So I spent the metro to go there. Checked off that tourist. I know that this is the 3 straight, the 6. All right. Using my powerful deductive skills that are not powerful at all. All right. We get the light colored flirt. We get another metro. We get a dark colored flirt. So now did I get 5 of those? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did. Oh, I get that 10 points too. I think. Yeah, I believe I do. That's that. So yeah, I didn't do too badly because I also, to get my... Oh no, that would only be 4. That would only be 4. So there's no reason to spend an extra one to go down there. All right. Let's see here. Yes, I am left-handed, Scott. I am indeed left-handed. All right. Loopy's already trying to monetize this thing. I can make a lot more money if I open a casino for all those grannies. Well, you have a good point there, Loopy. You have a good point. Video is helpful for me to decide to buy it. My son loves routes, and I think I can enjoy this one with him. Awesome. That's great, Diana. Yeah, I've liked this game for a long time. Again, this version I've only played a few times, but it's essentially let's make a bus route. I mean, I've liked that game for quite a while. Just picked up Raiders of Scythia after watching Solo Review. That's awesome, Rick. Love me some Scythia. I almost accidentally banned James Cartwright. Sorry, James. You click on the wrong button, all of a sudden. Yeah, okay. So here we go. Now we're to... Oh, and I wasn't paying any attention to this. But I think I lucked out and did okay. I was not paying any attention to my personal goal there. All right, so I'm going to go through this part by part, and then I'm going to try to do math, which is a dodgy proposition for me. All right, so here I have 2, 4, 6 points because I have 3 metro stations that I did not use. So that's 6 points. Thankfully, I did not use any of these, so I don't lose any points. That's a bonus. So I've got grannies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points in grannies. All right. Here I get 6 and 2 is 8. I'm going to get 16 points here because I got this and this. All right. For these, again, I really lucked into getting a couple of them, I think, because I was not paying any attention to them. So I needed to get to L. I got to L. I needed to get to D. I did not get to D. And I needed to get to J. I did get to J. So 2 of them gives me 5 points. All right. 5 points. Here I have 2 times 1. That's not terrific. You know what I should have done? Well, it's all right. That's 2 points. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. All right. So here and here I've got 4 points, right? 2 and 2. Yeah, this isn't great, folks. This isn't great. Okay. 6 and 7 is 13. 15 and 16 is 31. 31 and 8 is 39. 39 and 9 is 48. I believe 48. Can someone check my math? Let me check myself. 6, 7, 8. 8 and 8 is 16, 20, 36, 41 and 7, 48. All right, so 48 points, folks. How did I do? Well, we're going to find out, and it was not very good. I'm going to tell you that. I had my last game. My last game was 53. All right, so I got 53 on my last one. This one, 48. Look, on camera, I'm always going to do worse, but there's only one way to find out. Let's take a look at the matrix. So for 48, oh man, 49 or fewer. 49 or fewer. Skip the metro, go by bike. Congrats, you convinced the whole city to abandon public transportation. Checks out. Sounds about right. So see, on my first game, I at least got to that first level, right? At least got to that first level. But, wow. Shameful. I've convinced the city to just give up completely on the notion of public transportation. Obviously, this whole bus thing doesn't work. It's a scam. It's a ruse. Let's just ride bikes. You're welcome. You're welcome. Look, Jason, I'm going to accept that. Look, I didn't want to be harsh, but look, I feel like this might have been your fault. I really do. I think this might have been on you, Jason. I'm sorry. I know that sounds harsh. I think it's on you. I'm definitely a good driver. Definitely a good driver. We've got a few, this was relatively short, and I'm not going to play another full game of this. But I'm going to show off something else. Just because it's silly, it's hilarious, and I love it. It's not a solo game, but it is it's a ridiculous dexterity game that I talked about. I did a video recently on the Tokyo game market. So if you saw that, you'll have a little bit of a background on what I'm talking about here. I'm going to show you a little bit of Wonder Bowling. Wonder Bowling. Yes. This is this is a Itten game. All right, by Itten. This is a Japanese publisher, and they've got this whole Fun Brick series of games that they do. One of them is one that I have talked about quite a bit on this channel called Viking Seesaw. But this is not from designer Reiner Knizia. This is from Susumu Kawasaki, and I believe that's the designer of Tokyo Highway. Not positive, but I believe so. Tokyo Highway is also from this same publisher, but it's not part of this same Fun Brick line. All right, so in Wonder Bowling, what you are trying to do is bowl, right? But not the standard way of bowling. So this is part of the box here, right? This slides into the box, all right? You can see our bowling lanes. We've got our 9 pins, our lovely wooden pins here, okay? So again, this is a multiplayer game, and the way it would work is that whoever's turn it isn't, the person to the left, I believe, of the person whose turn it is, sets these up anywhere they want, right? As long as they're not touching each other. They can't touch each other. But otherwise, you can kind of bunch them up. You can spread them all out. As long as they're within this little playing area, you're good to go. So already you can see that this is not the standard bowling that you may be used to, right? Put that right here. Okay? No grannies in this one, James. I'm sorry. I mean, I get perhaps if you role play. I mean, granny's bowling, right? I'm sure it's a thing. I'm sure it's a thing. Okay, so if you were playing by the rules, so to speak, you would have these 2 strike chips that you would have in front of you, and then you'd have some random numbers. I want to say it's 3. I've got the rules over there, but let's say it's 3 of them, right? So I'm just getting some random numbers. Let's get some random numbers here. All right. 3, 8, and let's get a different one. 3, 8, and 9. All right. So you'd have some numbers in front of you and a couple of strike tokens. Okay. Then there would be other tokens that are kind of like in this common pool. Other number tokens. I think 5 of them. Again, I'd have to look at the rules to be sure, but let's say it's 5. Okay. The way the game works is that you want to flip over all of your tokens before anybody else playing the game. The way you flip over the strike tokens is by getting a strike. Well, how do you get a strike? You would think it would be by knocking all the pins down, but no, because there's no challenge. No challenge in knocking over all the pins. You just smash the heck out of the box. You're not only going to knock over all the pins, you're going to break the box, okay? A strike in Wonder Bowling is tapping the box and knocking over all but 1 pin. That's a strike. If you do that, you flip over one of your strike tokens, or alternatively, you can flip over any 2 other tokens you have, any 2 number tokens, right? So here you've got this wooden stick that has 2 spheres of differing sizes, and the rule is that you can use either side of the stick. You could tap anywhere on the box. The only thing is you cannot directly tap one of these pins, okay? And you get a 1 chance mulligan if you want to. After you've hit it once, you get 1 chance to re-hit, okay? So essentially, what I would want to do on my turn is either get a strike or have these number of pins showing up, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's actually 10 pins here, okay? So I either want to knock down 1, 2, 7, or all but 1, all right? Here we go. Here we go. You ready? Wonder Bowling. That's a penalty. See, that's what you don't want to do. I wanted to show you how not to do it at first. So what I would do then as a penalty is I'd take one of these numbers, and now I've got another number I got to do. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. I was trying to get a strike, right? I was trying to flex a little bit and try to get a strike right off the bat. I went a little too heavy. A little too heavy. Here we go. Wonder Bowling. Bonus coverage, folks. Here we go. Let's try that again. I'm going to try tapping the top of the box. Okay. There we go. So 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'd flip that over. Yes. Then it would be the next player's turn and it would go around until it came back to you. Here we go. And other things would have gotten knocked over almost assuredly. Let's see if I can get a strike here. Okay, mulligan. Oh, look at that. So close. I have two. That doesn't match any of my numbers. So now I'm going to try for a strike. If I knock over just one, let's try the blue side here. Here we go. Strike! Now, that way I can knock over one of these. I can flip over two of those. All right? That's Wonder Bowling. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous, and it has no business being as fun as it is, right? Yeah, it's ridiculous. I will likely, no promises, but I will likely bring this to Dice Tower East. If anyone is planning to come to Dice Tower East, maybe we can sneak in a few frames of Wonder Bowling, right? So, yeah, I just thought that'd be fun to kind of show that off because it is very silly and we're glaring. It is got a very strong novelty factor, as many of these games in the Fun Brick line are. All right. Folks, that was a journey we went on, right? A journey. We drove buses. We picked up passengers of various types. We drove through the streets of Rome at ridiculously fast speeds. We replenished electrolytes while avoiding empty calories. Am I right? It's delicious. It is delicious. Okay, Genway asks, is this taking over Viking Seesaw? Look, slow down, Genway. Slow down. Relax. Come on now. That's quite a peak to, it's going to take many, many more frames of Wonder Bowling before I can even consider whether it's in the same category, the same, lofty sphere as Viking Seesaw. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this was fun. This was a blast. Thank you for coming in on this maiden voyage for the DiLisio Factor here in the Dice Tower Midwest Annex. Proof of concept is achieved. I will try as best I can to get an overhead camera that's a little bit sharper. Right now, like I said, I had to kind of use a phone because my original plan fell through. Some technical difficulties, but this worked in a pinch, right? I mean, it worked in a pinch. So, but we're going to constantly try to improve here at the DiLisio Factor. That is our motto. That and electrolytes are essential, right? Those are my two mottos, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on the DiLisio Factor. Stick around for the Dice Tower. I don't believe we have anything live remaining, but we've got all kinds of great stuff. We've got great reviews coming up, just really good stuff happening. And gosh, you can probably catch something you missed. So thank you so much as always. This is Mike DiLisio, signing off from the Dice Tower Midwest Annex. Goodbye, everybody.